Welcome back. Big news coming in from Noida, where a fire has broken out at Noida's Logix City Centre Mall. This is Sector 32 of Noida, a fairly prominent location in the NCR region. A fire has now broken out in Noida's Logix Mall. Let me go across immediately now to Isha, who will get us some more details about what's happening and the rescue efforts and the evacuation process that's currently underway. Yes, Isha, over to you.
Right, Siddharth. So this has taken place. In fact, the fire broke out in the Logix Mall of Noida. The cause of the fire is still being investigated. But what we're being told right now is that the fire was in a clothes showroom in the mall. And how it took place exactly, it's still unclear at the moment. In fact, the fire department had reached the spot immediately after receiving the information. And the mall was completely evacuated. In fact, more details are awaited about if there have been any injuries or casualties. But at the moment, prima facie, it does seem like everyone was safely evacuated. And however, the fire department is also extinguishing the fire, and this incident took place at the Logix Mall. More details are awaited, and the cause of the fire is also unclear at the moment. There were fire extinguishers on the spot. In fact, even the police reached on the spot. And this is a popular mall and a popular destination at Logix Mall. So a lot of questions that will now be investigated about, and especially how that a fire can be caused, and if it was an accident or if there was any, if there was because of any mishandling of anything that is caused in the mall.
Isha, tell us about the deployment that you see there currently. We do see, of course, the fire department officials on the spot trying to extinguish the fire. Everyone's been evacuated. There are several fire tenders that have also been deployed. Tell us about the operations that are currently underway.
Right, yes, so that's what we're hearing right now is that the fire tenders are extinguishing the fire completely. That is what we have found out. And the police was also there to make sure that everyone can be safely evacuated out of there. Currently, what we're hearing is that nobody's stuck inside. That is what we're finding out. But in a few moments from now, in a few minutes, we will get more details about what caused the fire and if there have been any unfortunate injuries or casualties. But at the moment, everyone has been safely evacuated. That is what we're being told. A lot of deployment on the spot, police personnel and the fire brigades as well.
And Isha, this is a fairly prominent location in Noida, a fairly crowded one as well. It's quite a popular mall that people usually go to over the weekend. Fortunately, like you said, the good news coming out of all of this is the fact that nobody's been injured, everyone's been evacuated safely, and the fire department is, of course, on the job.
Right, yes, Siddharth. This is in Sector 24, and Logix Mall is a very popular mall in Noida, like you rightly pointed out. So yes, today is also, we're also entering into the weekend. So Friday is a time where a lot of people eventually go to the malls. They do, so a mall receives way more traffic than on a weekday. So especially today, the mall would have been extremely crowded, and then the fire took place. So yes, now after the fire is doused, I think an investigation will further be launched to check as to what took place and if the security arrangements were in place. Also, because it is imperative to note that in the Logix Mall were all the fire extinguishing methods put in place. Was the building fire safe? These things will also be investigated to make sure that no lapses come out, no lapses were there from the part of the Logix Mall. But at the moment, we're finding out that evacuations have taken place, but details awaited.
Right, so that's of course the scenes that you see from outside Logix Mall at this point in time, where the evacuation process has concluded. The fire department officials are on the job trying to extinguish the fire. This is a fairly congested part of Noida as well. It's very close to an overhead bridge and right next to a metro station as well. So this is an area that's quite crowded for most times of the day. Fortunately, right now, not many people were inside the mall at the time that the fire broke out. Everyone was evacuated safely. And now, of course, it seems to be only a matter of time before the fire is extinguished. We're also, of course, waiting to hear from the authorities to ascertain as to what exactly the circumstances in which the fire broke out actually are, what was the trigger, and any investigation that will be launched with respect to the cause of the fire as well. But the deployment fairly quick, as we've seen, and the fire officials on the spot trying to extinguish the fire. The entire area has been cordoned off, and all the people who are inside have been successfully evacuated. It appears that this is going to be an operation that's going to last quite some time in a fairly crowded part of the NCR region, very close to Noida Sector 32, very close to the Noida City Centre metro station as well. Fortunately, of course, nobody has been adversely impacted as a result of this. Everyone's been pulled out just in time, and the fire officials are there doing their job, trying to extinguish the fire.